Hey guys, I'm Scott Chapman, Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. I am rebuilt.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the I Am Rebuilt series. I'm your host of these talks and the CEO founder of Rebuild Recovery. You guys know me, Frank Rich, and today we have another incredible transformation, another story about not allowing excuses to get in the way. Whether it's, I'm a big fan on structure and having routines and consistency. And this gentleman I'm going to introduce you guys here into a minute. He could have used every excuse in the book. Oh, I'm all over the country. I don't have a set schedule. I can't go through these routines. I'm waking up in a different city every single day. But he didn't allow that to be the case because he had got to the point in his life and in his struggle that he was fed up and he was ready and committed to change and was deciding at the time that he knew he needed help and he wasn't going to be able to do this uh, by himself. So I'm really excited to introduce our featured individual here today and somebody that has just completed our 16-week curriculum. So Scott, brother, good morning. How's it going?
Doing great. Doing great.
Yeah, man. So like I was just telling everybody there with your work, as a truck driver, literally driving across the country. That's what you do for a living. It could have easily, been the excuse of I'm just, the timing's not right, my schedule's all over the place. But clearly, you didn't allow that to really happen. But where I really want to start today with you is, if you could take us back, maybe 5, 6 months ago prior to coming into the program, what was kind of going on internally? What were you struggling with? How long has this been an issue for you? What things have you tried in the past? I know that working with me wasn't the first attempt to quit. It wasn't the first attempt to get out of this. So what things had you tried? And then what motivated you at the time to really reach out and ask for help like you did?
Yeah. About 5 months ago, I was really stuck in the porn cycle. I would go, I would have a couple good streaks, and then I would eventually crash and burn. Um, it owned me. It had a hold on me. I could never break free for an extended period of time. I was always still trying to white knuckle it. I could
Mm-hmm.
never really find much freedom. I did counseling about a couple of years ago, and that did help, you know, bring out a lot of the stuff in my past and dug up a lot of the past, and that really did help me. And I did have some tools,
Mm-hmm.
but and then I went to an accountability group. I'm still part of accountability group. I go there every week, once a week, and check in to let the guys know how I'm doing. But this program it's transformed me and it's changed my life. I'm totally a different person from what I
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate it. I think there's, a few things that you said there that'll obviously resonate with everybody listening or, watching this right now. It's like um, trying before, having streaks and then failing and relapsing. It's like when we focus on counting of the days and not on changing who we are, then ultimately that counting is going to come to an end. You can't just count a day for the rest of your life. Like that's not an effective strategy. I know so many men are struggling. And yeah, even the therapeutic approach. Like I'm not against seeking counseling. I'm not against accountability groups. I believe that all of these pieces together is actually what makes a successful recovery. I talk a lot about understanding and unpacking your past. But if you just unpack your past, but then don't equip yourself with a strategy to change it moving forward, then you're just kind of sitting there like uber self-aware of why I am the way that I am, but then I don't actually have the tools to change myself. So I know a lot of guys resonate with that as well. At the time of joining the program, were there any, kind of internal hesitations? Was there any, doubt, questioning, like, can this guy Frank actually help me? I have no clue who this guy on the internet is. He sounds great, whatever, but like, was there any doubt in yourself, hesitation? And then if so, like, how were you able to kind of like get over that doubt and make the commitments into the program?
Yeah, I did have some doubt. I was a little bit skeptical when I first saw your video on YouTube. It just popped up on my YouTube feed, but
Yeah.
I checked it out and I saved it because I wanted to come back to it.
Mm.
Yeah, I was hesitant about joining, and that's why I reached out to you to see how much it would be, and you told me, and went from there.
That makes sense. So yeah,
Hmm.
I think that's the first thing is, if we're questioning, it's like, let's just explore and get more information. So once you were in, what was your kind of initial, reaction? Like once you joined the program and we had, our kickoff launch call and kind of the first call of the week, and then you're kind of getting going. Like, what was that initial reaction and feeling internally? And then if you can, share us some of the experience going through the program, working together on a week to week basis. Like, what was that like of having me as your coach and working through the program?
When I joined, I it was just, I was excited, but I was kind of like, I what happens if I fall when I just spent this much money, and I don't want it to go to waste, um but yeah, I was excited, and I felt like I finally had a foundation.
Mm,
I had something to stand on, and I had some tools to use to keep going, and when I am tempted, and yeah, so that was
yeah.
really great.
Yeah, and you came right in, and I know this was a recurring thing that we talked about every single week. When we got on our calls, it's like I could tell that you were showing up daily and doing the work. We get guys that come into the program and they think, yeah, I just I paid Frank, I joined the program, and he's going to coach me every week, and he's going to give me the secret on our calls. And it's like that's a small segment of what we do, like the coaching aspect. It's working the curriculum, it's doing the day to day activities, the day to day work, which like I said, I could tell every single week. Like Scott took time in between these calls to work these assignments, to work these exercises, learn about himself, apply, tweak, make changes. So now that you've kind of gotten on the other side of this, and you're through this addiction, and you've found the tools, and you've had to work through some of the struggles and triggers. Especially being on the road, being in different environments, being in different cities all the time. What would you say you've learned about yourself through this program?
I learned about myself that I'm a lot stronger than what I used to believe, and I never thought I could have the discipline that I have now. It's funny because once you get rid of the porn and you become disciplined, a lot of other areas in your life you become more disciplined, and that's something I really noticed, and it's something I've enjoyed. I enjoyed about myself, and I really enjoyed the program.
Yeah, and that's why we take such a holistic approach. I don't think that if we're having a problem with this in our life, then we're probably having similar problems in other areas with discipline and willpower and making right decisions. So yeah, that's amazing. That's something that obviously the guys that succeed, that's what they share back with us. Those are the results that we're getting. Yeah, you helped me get clear on this problem. We worked with that very easily, but by the skills and character traits and belief system I learned through myself through the program, or in myself through the program, I now can apply that to my relationships. I can apply it to my marriage. I can apply it to my health, fitness, business. And you feel this sense of empowerment and confidence of like, now you can do the things that you want to do. So Scott, now that you're graduated from the program, 16 weeks here, I believe that this is the beginning of this new season, this new chapter for you. So what are you most excited about, this kind of future, now living a porn-free life?
I'm excited to just wake up every day, and just crush the day, crush my
Mm,
goals. And before, I was never really happy to wake up. I wasn't excited to wake up. It was just another day. But each and every day, I'm excited to get up out of bed and start the day off right and do
yeah.
my morning routine. It's amazing.
It's a gift, right?
Yeah,
Every day that we get
gift.
eyes open is an
I
absolute
know.
gift, and that's where that
Mhm.
gratitude component that we just drive home so much. It's like understanding like the power of a state of gratitude, power of just viewing our life as an absolute gift, and having the perspective and freeness of mind to then pursue those goals, no longer shackled or chained to anything. We're not a slave to our body. We're not a slave to our thoughts. We're not a slave to our lust. Those things are there, but we have the tools to be able to manage them. So, Scott, I appreciate you so much today. I mean, this has just been
Yeah.
incredibly powerful sharing your story. As we kind of bring everything home here, I want you to think back. If you had an opportunity to speak to, Scott, maybe 6 months ago, maybe a year, maybe 2 years, the older version of yourself, or that guy that's listening or and watching this right now and is kind of questioning. It's like, yeah, once again, it sounds great, Scott. Like you're different though. You're different than me. Like I can't do what you just did. Like I've failed too many times. I'm too deep into this. So if you had something to say to, like I said, either your old self or that man that's on the fence right now and is questioning, like, is this right for me? What would your words of encouragement or motivation be to those individuals?
I would tell them that you can do this, and if I can do it, you can do it, and it's one of the best investments you'll make of your life. You'll feel so much better once the porn is gone, and this program works. It works. So I would say do it.
Amazing,
It's a
guys.
wonderful investment.
Amazing, brother. I
Yeah.
appreciate that so
Yeah.
much. Like I said,
No
guys,
problem.
we do these stories, we have these interviews because I don't want this to be about me. I don't want Rebuild Recovery to be about my story, about my transformation, about the things that I've been able to create in my life. Yeah, it started there, but by highlighting stories like this, by showcasing individuals that are taking ownership of their life, that are taking back control of who they are and who they're becoming, it's my goal and dream that that is maybe the inspiration or the empowerment that you need to look at yourself and decide that the time is now. Decide that you're fed up with living this life of mediocrity. Decide that you're fed up with being chained and shackled to this addiction. So if you're interested and curious about taking that next step, I want you right there below this video. I want you to click that link. I want you to fill out the application and book a call with myself or somebody here on my team. And let's just have a conversation. There's nothing required. You don't have to join. You don't have to buy anything. Yes, we'd love to have you as a part of our program. We'd love to work one-on-one with you and help giving you the tools and equipping you with what is needed to live a porn-free life. But it's got to start with a conversation. So if you're ready and you're interested about exploring what this may look like for you, underneath this video, there's a short link. Fill out the application and book a call. But hope today was empowering and motivating to you. For Scott Chapman, Frank Rich here at Rebuild Recovery. We love you guys, and we'll see you next time.